Good day and welcome back to the Family Cyber Clinic. This week we're focusing on nuisance calls. We know that many of you are affected by this very topic. And so we're showing you ways that you can prevent or stop getting these nuisance calls, what many call cold calls or cold calling. Okay? So the first thing that you should be able to do, and this is quite old now, is to register, as you can see on the screen, with the telephone preference service. Telephone preference service. And you can see ways on how you can do that as it, takes along on your screen. But it's important that you register with the telephone preference services to prevent or stop these nuisance calls coming to your phone in the first place. You will require your phone number, your postcode, and your email address, depending on how you are registering. Like I said, you can register, via text, or you can call the automated number, or you can do so also via their website, the TPS website. Okay, and so those are the various ways to register. Now, we've got to tell you that this is not going to stop it 100%, because we know that some of you have actually given out your numbers to these people who are making these nuisance calls. You've actually given them the number, and you may not know that. One thing that we definitely know that you need to start watching out for is when you're filling online forms. You're filling any form at all via website. Avoid putting a tick in on areas where they would say it's okay to contact you beyond what you are on their site to do. If you put a tick there, then you're giving consent for them to actually be a nuisance to you. And so advisedly, it's best not to put those ticks if you don't know what you're doing. So avoid putting those ticks, and that way they will not trouble you. Now, that's also still not a guarantee, because there's some stubborn ones out there who would want to, defy the law. And they just, the bottom line is more important to them than following guidance or procedure, indeed the law. And so you may still get messages coming that way. Okay. And of course, if you do, you must report them. And we have several reporting channels. You can report them, the company, that is, to the Information Commissioner's Office. I'll put the numbers in the description. You can also, if it's a spam message or a text message, not a phone call this time, you could also text to, send a text to 7726. Again, these are things we've discussed in the past. So it's important that you know how to report these chaps or chappies. Don't know the female version of that, but ultimately report so that you put them off doing these things. Okay, so the TPS is our focus today, because we know that to a large extent it will filter out many of those nuisance calls, but the other ones that still trickle in can be dealt with by reporting to the appropriate channels. Okay, it's a nuisance, and I believe me, like last week we spoke about text messages, and you saw how many had come into my inbox. So it's important that we are helping. If we don't report these things, then they go unnoticed, and the intelligence required to chase these people, it's built up by our reporting attitudes. If we report, they're able to gather information, because you'll be required to give the name of the company, the phone number. All those are added to the database, and no doubt will help in chasing these rogues or these nuisances that we constantly receive on our phones. Okay, I always say this, another quick video. We are there, rather we are here to try and get you to enjoy your social media engagements, your journey on the internet. And of course, if you enjoy it, it means that it trickles down to our young ones. That's the focus of the channel. We keep ourselves safe. Ultimately, we keep our young ones safe, because we don't want those go into their phones also when they do get their phones. I've been your host, Lawrence Edem. Until next week, again, it's the live Q&A, so please make sure that you put that in your calendar. Next week is our live Q&A. So until that time, God bless and goodbye.